Hello. Okay, last time we talked, we were talking about living things and non-living things and how they are, what makes it different, what makes something living versus not living, okay? Remember that for something to be living, it needs to be able to breathe, it has to change, it has to grow into something else, completely change. Like we use the example of sunflower seed. It goes from sunflower. It goes from a seed into a flower. So it's a completely different thing now, right? It needs to be able, it needs food and water just like we do. And it needs to be able to reproduce, meaning it needs to be able to make another one or redo it, right? And we were saying that an apple tree, the apple's not living. The tree is though. And so once that apple falls off the tree, the living tree, because it's living, it's going to reproduce another apple. It's going to make another apple, okay? But today, I have more language of discipline words for you, or vocabulary words. When you see this, it just means words that come out of our mouth. They're words that we want to know, okay? It's our common language we're going to speak, okay? So some words that we are going to talk about today are, which we already know, living, non-living, right? We are going to talk about habitat, environment, shelter, basic needs, and two more. Characteristics, survive. Okay, sounds like a lot. It's not a lot. You got this. Okay, so I am going to show you two animals in the book. Whose eye am I? Well, let's just see. I'm going to show you the eye, and what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the characteristics that we see with that animal, and we're going to ask ourselves, what does that animal or that living thing, might not be an animal, what does that living thing need to survive? What are the basic needs for that animal or that living thing to survive? Okay? So, first one. What or whose eye is this? It says who? Sorry, it says who am I? I'll let you think about that for a minute. Okay. You may have guessed it. I wouldn't be surprised. You're super smart. It is an owl. An owl. Okay, so looking at this picture, what are some of the characteristics? Okay, so we're going to use adjectives. Remember, words that describe. So what are some words that describe this owl? Okay, you want to think about physical things like big eyes, right? Fur, wings. Look at this. Its beak, right? So when we think about the characteristics of an owl, of course we're going to do the physical things, the things that we can see with our eyes, but also there's another characteristic about owls, and you may know this. They are nocturnal. What? Yep, they're nocturnal. That means that they can see at night. They actually see way better at night than during the day. And another characteristic about owls, they can move their head all the way around. I mean, like, just sitting here like this and just all the way around. Yeah, crazy. That's what I was going to say. That's why I paused for so long. The other thing about owls that I learned when I was researching these is that I just lost it again. They can't see color. They don't see any color at all. Isn't that cool? So they don't see any color, right? They also are nocturnal, and they have the best night vision of any other bird. Isn't that crazy? So what do you think? Oh, another characteristic. What are these? Like, what is that? They're claws. They have little bitty claws like Cuddles? Nope. They got big old claws, right? That's a characteristic. That's something that we can see, right? Okay, and what do you think that their habitat is? What is an owl's habitat? Well, Miss Mac, I don't even know what habitat means. Can you tell me? I sure can. Habitat and environment go together. Okay, they're like peanut butter and jelly, okay? They go together. A habitat, or the environment, or the habitat is the environment that the living thing lives in. For example, can I take a shark out of its habitat and put him in the desert? Will the shark survive? No, because one of the characteristics of a shark is that it lives in the ocean. It can't survive outside of its habitat. I can't even take a shark out of the water and just hold it for a while, right? It can't survive. Its habitat, it needs to be in the water, okay? Can I take a polar bear out of its habitat or environment and take that polar bear and put him in my backyard? Go out and pet him? No, Miss Mac. That polar bear will not survive, right? A basic need of a polar bear is that it needs to be in what kind of weather? Cold weather, right? So it's very important that animals stay in their habitat so that they can survive, right? Their basic needs have to be met in that environment, right? In that habitat so that it can survive.